YouTube, Facebook, and Tumblr fans. Welcome back. This is my 1 year of Midnight Strike 3625 celebration, and to do so I am going to kick off the requests with the album Insane Society by the thrash metal band Wrath, and this one was released in 1990. So, requested by Bronze Dano, I am going to get into a little bit of the history of the band, tell you basically my thoughts on the whole lead singer situation, which is basically what polarized fans, causing their inevitable sort of hiatus slash breakup, if you want to call it that. Now, I know they're not broken up. They just released an EP in '08, but they haven't released a complete full album since Insane Society by, 1990. So, to begin, Wrath formed in the early to mid-'80s with lead singer Gary Goldwitzer, which he had kind of a Mark Slaughter-esque kind of singing vocal style to him, which would be good, it wouldn't be bad, but the fact is, it's for a different kind of music, and Mark Slaughter is for glam metal, or like hair metal, stuff like that, basically hard rock, and it doesn't really fit when you try to put it to music like, say, thrash metal, or Metallica, or Slayer, and the singer that they have now, ever since 1989, and Insane Society, Kurt Grayson, came in after Nothing to Fear. Kurt Grayson has more of a gruff kind of Slayer, Tom-Araya kind of vocal style, but when this album came out, Insane Society, fan reaction was really mixed, really polarizing, and like I said, it caused their inevitable hiatus. So, delving into it, people were so used to this kind of Mark Slaughter-y vocal, high-pitch, high-octave kind of vocal style, but then they got this, Insane Society, gruff, fast, faster, slower, aggressive kind of, punch to it. And, to start off, the cover of this album, it's fucking scary. It's got, it's one of those quirky covers that, it's one of those things where it's low budget and you know it, but it looks really cool. It's kind of like those 1990s photo manipulation, but really low budget. It's got a blue baby. He looks like he's the fucking son of Chucky or something, but, I don't know. And then it's got the logo, the Wrath logo. It looks really interesting, I gotta say. And you saw it in the title card back there, as I said. I added a few effects to it, but I do that with all my title cards. So yeah, basically, getting into it, I looked up Nothing to Fear, since this is sort of a rare band to find material to, and this is more of an obscure release, so I decided to look into it. I wanted something to talk about during my review, some trivia stuff, basically. So, they used to have, as I said, Gary Goldwitzer used to sound like Slaughter, basically, Mark Slaughter, and a little mix of something else. I can't really put my head on what it sounds like, maybe like the echoing of, like, Rat, or Tesla, or I don't know, something like that. Basically like the high-pitched vocals, like Winger, I don't know. But anyways, they were going with that, the thrash metal combined with his high-pitched vocals. But for me, they put way too much echoing, way too much reverb, and it sounded really sporadic, I guess. I couldn't really get into Nothing to Fear too much, so, I felt right at home with this. It's, raw, it's intense, it's slower at moments when it needs to be, and the thing is, at the end of the day, Kurt Grayson is not trying to be Gary Goldwitzer. He's not trying to sing high. He's not trying to imitate their past success. They're just trying to start fresh at this point. So, I can really dig that. People keep saying, he's no Gary Goldwitzer, but it's like I said, he's not trying to be. So, Gary Goldwitzer left in 1989, I believe, for a reason that I honestly couldn't tell you, but then Kurt Grayson came in. He's been singing since '89, and then they had their little hiatus after 1993, I believe, until around '09. But Grayson was not in the band after '93. So, yeah, he came back, and now they're basically playing with the Insane Society lineup, to my knowledge. So, a little bit of an obscure release. Couldn't really exactly find it. Took me forever to, get all the songs. But I have them on my grooveshark, which I will share a link in the description. So, awesome thrash metal effort. Pretty solid. But I have a few issues with it. The solos seem a little bit sporadic. It's not like they're showing, too long of solos where they're showing how fast they can play or how technical they are. Kind of like, in Dragon Force or something like that. But it's more of like or something like that. Bad imitator, I know. But basically, yeah, it's one of those things where the solos, they're placed well, but they're a little bit sporadic. They're a little bit too short. They're spread out in kind of awkward places, I guess, but it's really fun to listen to. It's really good. The background guitar, the rhythm guitar is really, really nice. The bass is really loud. You can definitely hear it. It's very defined. And it just has this raw, aggressive kind of punch to it, that feeling. And to begin a track by track, Killmania, this one's a little bit slower, and you know, it's really, really aggressive. It's got that punch. Really like the beginning riff, and the next one completely changes, completely mixes it up with Panic Control, and very fast, very sporadic, very loud. Really like the vocals on this, and the drum sound, especially in the beginning, is very good. And Test of Faith, this one's a little bit slower, couldn't really get into it that much, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but then we get into Swarm, epic drum sound in the beginning. It's just epic, basically, and vocals, guitars, everything is just where it needs to be on this song. Tempo, perfect. War of Nerves, this was an instrumental, sounds perfect. Perfect precursor to the next song, Insane Society, which has one of my favorite riffs in it, where in the beginning, just the beginning riff that basically plays, and the vocals are perfect in this song, probably the best on the album in my opinion, aside from the next song, but I'll get into that a little bit later. Solos and everything where it needs to be. The short kind of bursts of solos actually help this song a little bit, so yeah. And the same goes for the next song, Law of Lies. The solos are a little bit longer in this one, and on a side note, Law of Lies, for some reason when I got this album, it displayed the name as Low of Liars, and it does the same thing on my grooveshark for whatever reason. I have no idea, but it's Law of Lies. I looked it up. Law of Lies, it's my favorite song on the entire album, bar none, hands down. That's it, pretty much. It's got the perfect solo placement, perfect rhythm. It's really fast, really aggressive. It's got that punch, you know, that kick that every thrash metal song needs, that every thrash metal album needs. So this sounds like it could be on a Megadeth record. It's really good. Next song, 11th Hour. This one's really slow, really doomy, and it just has that feeling to it. It's just everything. I mean, I really like this song too. Closed Doors. Definitely perfect way to close the door on this album. Really like it. Vocals, perfect. It's got the perfect rhythm guitar, too. Really like the drum sounds. But, you know, overall, while this album isn't perfect, it's not, oh my gosh, it's the master of puppets, it's a thrash metal masterpiece. It's not that good. Okay? But it's not bad. It's a really solid thrash metal effort, and I really enjoyed listening to it. I still listen to it. So, you know, kudos to them. And Wrath are one of those bands that really needs more attention, and they really need more credit than what they're given. So I'm going to give this album a 9 out of 10. Thank you, Bronze Dano, for requesting this to me. I really enjoyed it, and maybe I'll get to a few of your other requests as well as some other people as well. So I'm trying to get, like, you know, 1 or 2 people at least, or 1 or 2 things from each person, if I have enough time. But I also have a lot of new stuff that I have to review. So thank you very much for watching. This is Midnight Strike 3625. Keep calm and rock on.